God bless and great day, everyone. God bless and great day. God bless and great day, everyone. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. I definitely appreciate everybody for coming out, joining King T 420 SCC, smoking with the King each and every Friday. I do this each and every Friday, y'all. All you got to do is go and check my YouTube channel. YouTube be popping. King T 420 SCC. I definitely appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, we back at it again, y'all. I got another one for y'all. Y'all know how I do this shit too. Like I come straight off the top with this shit, so don't be mad at me when y'all get to hearing it and what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Um, I like to wait a couple seconds and see if we can get some people into the rooms. Make sure everything is flowing smoothly and things like that. Right? It's always good to make sure everything is flowing smoothly. Right. Let me see. Oh, let me light my Okay, so TikTok, you new to this TikTok. Let me tell y'all what's really going on right now, okay? So each and every Friday, I do a podcast each and every Friday. It used to start at 420, but I be on Bigo too sometimes. And since I be on Bigo, I was part of what they got on Bigo called FMTV Season 6 or whatever. Right? So I changed my show from 420 to 4 o'clock, and I've been doing it ever since then, ever since I just started the fucking FMTV show on Bigo at 4 o'clock. Ever since I started, I've been starting my show at 4 o'clock. But normally, my show starts at 420, which I do. It still pops every 420. It's on YouTube. I've already been doing it in the show. You know, my podcast is called Smoking with the King. So welcome to Smoking with the King TikTok. Welcome to Smoking with the King, YouTube, Instagram, Bigo. Let's get it cracking. So, today's episode. TikTok, y'all new to this, so I'm trying to keep y'all in the the flowing of things. So today's episode, the name of today's episode is A Cap Partner, a consistent and persistent partner. A cap partner. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Right? A consistent and persistent partner. So a lot of y'all running around here and just y'all got these people y'all dealing with, people that y'all, as y'all call them, side pieces and things like that nature. And then y'all got main things at the crib. Like, some of y'all ringed up, some of y'all not, whatever the case might be. Some of y'all done been with people for years, and some of y'all only been in these situations for, a few months. But whatever the case might be, how consistent and persistent are you with your partner? So this is what I'm asking y'all today, and this is what we're gonna talk about today. Like, a lot of y'all relationships will go a lot better, a lot smoother if y'all were a lot more consistent and persistent with the person that you actually deal with. As a partner, if you was consistent and persistent, then that means a person can depend on you. You're very reliable. Through certain situations when anything is happening, a person know like, well, I can call my person. My person is consistent and they persistent. So, 9 times out of 10, they reliable for me at all times. And that's how that kind of sort of works. But a lot of y'all not consistent or persistent with none of the people that y'all deal with. Not even y'all best friends, y'all homies, and none of that shit. So I'll be looking at y'all like, oh, y'all strange. Like, I think all that shit is weird as fuck because if I'm dating somebody, like if I'm actually sleeping with somebody, like I ain't really trying to be sleeping with 4, 5, 8 other people. So I need somebody who I can actually be consistent with, an actual partner who I know can be consistent with me, and persistent in the fact of I'm pursuing a good relationship. You understand? And this person is doing the same. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna act like we don't know what consistency and persistence does in your head when a person actually got that. And this is before the relationship. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Before you get into a relationship with a person, most people are consistent and persistent when it comes to getting the person that they actually chasing behind. Like if you chasing that person, you 9 times out of 10 you are consistent and persistent. And this is the thing. Once you actually get into the relationship with the person that you with, you got to continuously be consistent and persistent. Not meaning you got to be the same old boring person, like just do the same things consistently over and over and be persistent over and over with the same stuff. Like no, that's not what it means. But what it means is you consistently come up with ways to make your partner understand how much you care for them, and you persistently pursue things that can build your relationship to be better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like let's see, we got comments here. We got no comments. All right, cool. So it's like you can be consistent and persistent to get a person, right? But if you're not consistent and persistent once you got the person, then 9 times out of 10, you probably are not going to keep that person. And this is because, like, people will fall off. You'll get a person and you'll get what you want out the person, and then after you done got the person and you done got what you wanted out the person, now you finding something else to pursue. And that's why I say you have to be consistent and persistent in pursuing the person that you actually with, the partner that you actually chose. Because if you start to pursue anything else, then you're going to start to get bored in certain areas over here in pursuing this person. And that's when you have to start to pay attention to yourself and see if you really like, am I still consistent and persistent in this area over here? You got to pay attention. Because you know what? Let's be real now. Once you get to cutting up on 2 or 3 different people, it kind of be hard to be consistent in 2 or 3 different areas consistently and persistent at the same time in 2 or 3 different areas. We all know that is very hard. It's not simple to do that if you trying to stretch yourself with 2 or 3 different partners. But if you can consistently and persistently pursue things in this one relationship with this one partner, then that you will watch that relationship flourish. And a lot of y'all don't really be doing that in a lot of y'all relationships. Y'all don't really be trying to flourish your relationship. Y'all don't really be trying to force your relationship to grow. Y'all will be consistent and persistent in the pursuing stages of the relationship, right? But then, right out the gate, right after the pursuing stages is over, right after y'all done got comfortable and, y'all done set back, like, okay, I done got him now, or I done got her now. All that consistency and all that persistence, it changed. It either go from consistent and persistent to then it be, slacking up because you done started trying to be consistent and persistent with somebody else. Or all that stuff that you was doing, that consistency and that persistent stuff, it starts to show now that you was only doing it so you can get on. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people, kind of lose people at. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pursue me if all you pursuing me for is just so we can, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people not out here just to fool around, as they used to call it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for us just to be fooling around. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people actually pursue relationships for relationship purposes and business purposes. Like, I don't understand how y'all ain't realized that yet. Like that's consistent and persistent. Ain't nobody gonna be consistent and persistent with you constantly over and over again if they don't have more than just relationship goals in mind with you. A lot of y'all should really think about that. Like, if y'all got somebody who y'all dealing with and y'all been dealing with them for a while, you know what I'm saying? And they're very consistent and persistent a lot all the time. Like, y'all should think about why. Is it just for the relationship? Is it just to get some from you? Like, it's some girls out here like that too, bro. Don't get it twisted. It's some girls that be like this just so they can get some from a brother as well. You know what I'm saying? And after they get what they want, they gone. And that don't matter if she wants some smacks or if she trying to get some couple dollars or whatever the case might be. Whatever she trying to get, you know what I'm saying? After she get it, it's like I'm saying, there's girls out here that's like us fellas. You know what I'm saying? We'll be consistent and persistent all the way up to the point where we didn't got what we wanted. Now you done got the goods. Now it's time to go. Like, now you got to stop doing that. Like, be consistent and persistent with a person who you actually trying to deal with on a constant basis. Because, like, y'all do know, like, every time you, like, lay with somebody like that, you kind of sort of give a piece of yourself to them, and they kind of sort of give a piece of themselves to you. It's like a trade-off almost. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like you don't want to be trying to give a piece of yourself to everybody. You feel me? I'm just being honest. That's why I'm talking to y'all about consistency right now. Being consistent and persistent with the person who you actually pursuing and constantly doing that even after y'all got them. Listen, it's relationships out here breaking up for the smallest of things. You know what I'm saying? Like women breaking up with dudes for money. Dudes breaking up with women for money. You know what I'm saying? Like let's not act like they don't print this shit out every day. They literally print this shit out every day. So if they print it out every day, it's a way for you to make it every day. Y'all don't got to be out here breaking up with y'all mates over a couple dollars, especially people who done been in relationships for 3 and 4 years. Y'all done actually tied in time together. It's more than just, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all got to start being more consistent and persistent. You got to really start to look at your relationship. If it's starting to fall off, look at it and see, is this how we used to be in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? And if it's something that has changed from the time that you got him or her till now, then maybe you should probably do something to go back to what it used to be like. More consistency, you know what I'm saying? If you can get back to more consistency and persistence like you had in the beginning when you was chasing the person in the beginning of the relationship, then you can probably spice your relationship back up. You could probably save the relationship that you don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? And this go for men and women. This not just a one person thing. This go for men and women. If you can consistently and persistent keep things going in your relationship, if you can be a cap partner, yes, a cap partner, yeah, a cap partner. If you can be that in your relationship, then 9 times out of 10, your relationship, it will fucking flourish. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not the type of person that don't want to help and see my people grow. Like, I love to see my people grow. I love to see my people come together and love on each other. I love to see my people building and, like, having structure and foundation. Like, it's so crazy out here because there's not really no structure and no foundation out here right now. And everywhere you look, you just see all types of different things. Everybody different now. Like, when I was growing up, grandma's was like 45 years old. I looked on TikTok the other day, and there was a grandma on here who was 35 years old. And that's wild. Like, to me, that's wild. Like, I don't even have children yet, and she got grandchildren. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's completely different from how I grew up when I was growing up, like, in times of when I was young. See, when I was young, people didn't just have all type of willy-nilly relationships with just any and everybody. Like, it was some consistency. Like, and that's why I'm talking to y'all about it now, because a lot of y'all women out here, and not being funny, but just being honest, a lot of y'all women out here, y'all just having kids with dudes that y'all wouldn't even talk to. Like, how you having kids with a person that you wouldn't even talk to, and then find out he the type of person that you would never even talk to, and then get mad? Like, how can you be mad? You the one talking to him. Like, you chose this guy. We didn't choose that guy. You know what I'm saying? So, That's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all got to get consistent and be persistent with the people who you have already been being good with, who you already good with, and quit fucking falling for the foolishness and going to try to date somebody else in the midst of already dating somebody. Like, what is all that weird shit about? Like, how can you be dating somebody and then turn around and go and try to date three, four, five other people and you are dating somebody now? Like, what are you dating for? Are you dating for fun or pleasure, or are you dating for the long run? Like, I don't know about a lot of y'all. Like, I don't know if y'all dating for the long run. I don't know if y'all dating for structure and foundation. I don't know if y'all dating because y'all actually want somebody to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we dated, we was date. Well, I don't know. Let me not say we, because I know some dudes who wasn't dating for longevity. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that just made life a little harder for them. Me, per se, I wasn't dating for just a short term period or for fun. I was dating because I wanted to build something with people. So I ended up being in a few good relationships and a few bad ones. But I ain't never been a cheater. And I can honestly say I probably only got cheated on out of all the women I dated. I probably only been cheated on twice. And that's because these women were deceivers. And they were not cap partners. You feel me? My bad, y'all. Hold on. Y'all know what it is. We got to light up at 420 now. We don't play no games. 420 come blunt, got to be rolled and ready. This is real shit. Each and every Friday at 420. I'm definitely going to light this blunt, and we going to definitely be kicking the Willie Bobos. King T 420 SEC, smoking with the king each and every Friday. So, yeah, you got to be a cap partner, y'all. You can't be an uncapped partner. You feel me? You can't be one of them people who not consistent, but then you want to talk trash about everything going on in your relationship. How you gonna talk trash and you not even consistent and persistent in your own relationship? That don't make sense. A lot of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about too. Like, how can you be the one talking trash to your mate about what y'all got going on when you not holding up your end of the deal? You not even almost holding up your end of the bargain. But you talking trash to your mate. Like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest with y'all. Like, a lot of y'all be having all types of crazy stuff going on and then wondering why y'all relationships, like when you finally come back to reality, you wonder why your relationship falling apart. Like, because you was over there doing some sneaky stuff, and in the midst of you doing all that sneaky stuff, your partner was like, oh, this person not consistent. They was extra consistent and extra persistent in the beginning, but now they like doing their own thing type of deal. And people pay attention to that type of stuff. People be like, what are you doing? Like, how are you have here and have not? So, like, you can't start off one way and then, for real, and this go for fellas and female, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you can't start off one way in a relationship with a person and then change up. And that's exactly why I'm talking about consistency and persistence. You can't start off one way in a relationship and then change up on the person that you're in a relationship with. Because that have everybody fooled. You included. Because you'll get to talking crazy to them like you really love them and then get false mad at them because you're trying to sneak out. Telling y'all better cut it out, man. A lot of y'all, it's been so funny. That's why I'm not in a relationship right now. Like, after my ex-girlfriend passed away, God rest her soul, my ex-girlfriend passed away. I wasn't really trying to date no more. I said forget that because the dating scene is like filled with lies and sneaky links and drama and toxicity, and this is what y'all like. This is what y'all going for right now. All the lies, all the sneaky linking and all that. Like, I don't understand that. Like, and a lot of y'all come from so-called Christian backgrounds. A lot of y'all saved and supposed to be sanctified and filled with the Holy Spirit. So y'all say this, that, and the other, whatever. I'm not judging y'all at all. not the judge. I'm just talking to y'all about what's really happening out here in our society, in our community, with our people, in our culture. Like, this is why, because instead of people being consistent with the people who they love, they not being consistent. Y'all fucking turning a blind eye to what's really going on. Everybody cheating on everybody, and then everybody like, yo, where the love at? How can it be love when everybody is cheating on everybody? Like, there's no love in the relationship no more. Like, it's a few strong relationships in the black community, but it's not that many. You know what I'm saying? Like, people working hard. Y'all know what it is. Smoke gang, y'all know what it is. Smoke gang. So yeah, it's not that many consistent and persistent people in relationships in our community no more. And the people in our community we used to thrive on being faithful and strong built relationships. It used to be hard to get people in our community to cheat on anybody. Like, not just in the relationships in our community, but the people in our community, period. Like, once we got into a relationship with somebody, it used to be extremely hard to get us to cheat on people. And I ain't saying that being funny, I'm being honest. For all y'all who know, growing up in the black community in the 80s, it was a lot of relationships. It was a lot of real relationships. The 70s and the 80s, people really tried to stick together. Like, nowadays, you don't see no more people really trying to stick together. You don't really see nobody really trying to fight it out. You don't see no consistency and persistence in relationships no more. You don't see it. Like, you used to see that on both sides of the relationship. Like, you back in them days, you could tell that a man was really trying to make it home so he could get to his girl. He wanted this girl to know everything was good. Everything smooth. You ain't got to worry about me playing around in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And if he was going to hang out with his boys, he was going to go home. He was going to hit him with a little shower or something, get him together. And then he was going to hit the streets with his boys, but she would know what he was doing because he wasn't going to leave her like, yo. Nowadays, everybody just out in the street. Like, it ain't even, we can't even say y'all out in the club no more because I don't even think it's y'all out in the club no more. Like, y'all just out in the street. Like, everybody just pulling up to somebody's house or going to a casino, or not everybody, either you extra rich and you always taking trips somewhere, or you extra poor and you just always out in the world at somebody's house doing nothing, being nothing, and yeah. So it's like, if y'all really want consistency, thanks for the taps, y'all. The more taps, the more love. Y'all know what it is. Um, the more consistency and persistence in the love department in your relationship will have you in not only strong relationships, but it'll have you with a person who actually cares about you and who gonna help you change your situation, man. Like, y'all, the reason a lot of y'all in the situations y'all in is because y'all not consistent and persistent with the people who y'all dating. Like, people don't mind helping people that they so-called care about and want to love. Like, and a lot of y'all are with people who probably want to care about you and want to love on you, but you not really being consistent and persistent enough to really make them want to care about you and love on you. They probably more so looking at it like, oh yeah, we gotta leave it right there. They probably more so looking at it like, well, yeah, I guess when this person gets serious with me, then I'll probably get a little bit more serious. And that be the issue, like, right there. Because when you was pursuing this person, when you was pursuing behind this person, right, you was right there. You was constantly on them. You know what I'm saying? You was talking to him. You was constantly talking to him. You was sending messages. You was calling. Yo, when we going to eat, this, that, and the other. Yo, I'm coming over. We finna have a drink, whatever. Yo, we smoke sesh, whatever. Like, all that was consistent and persistent because you was trying to get the person. But now that you got the person, you done got a little bit laxed. So you're not calling asking about the smoke session no more. You like, well, shit, we stay in the same house together now. So because y'all stay in the same house together now, you ain't supposed to hit him up for the session. Like, you ain't supposed to call him every time you light up. Like, that's what you was doing before, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, so you can't change once you get everything going a certain kind of way. Like, once you get things going your way, you can't change the consistency and the persistence. You can't change your pattern with your partner. Not with your real partner, not with the one that you actually dating on. You know what I'm saying? With your partner, you got to be 100 all the time. You got to stay 100 and got to stay consistent and persistent. You got to be the one that always let your partner know that, yo, I'm here for you. Like, at the end of the day, it's a way out. Like, you got to learn to keep the positivity in your relationship and being consistent and persistent like you were in the very beginning of the relationship. You remember we're in the beginning of the relationship when you was looking over all the red flags? Being consistent and persistent in the beginning of the relationship. Yeah, you know how you just missed all the red flags in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. You got to be that same way. You got to be that same way because you have already warmed your heart to the person. Seeing a lot of y'all be forgetting this. Like, y'all already be the warmed your heart to people, and then after y'all be the warmed your heart to people, then y'all are going to try to change up on them. Like, you can't do that. Like, oh, because you done found out a little bit more about a person, now they a different person? Like, no. It's still the same person that you was pursuing all that time. You was consistent and persistent. I'm going to get you. I bet you I get you. Bet you I get you. Be the same type of partner you was as the person that was chasing. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can be a cap partner, your partner will never go nowhere. Your partner will never want to go nowhere because you consistent and persistent. That lets a person know that you really got that drive for them. Even if what they're doing for you helps you more than what you're doing for them, that still shows them that you really care about them the way you say you do. Like, and this is what I'm trying to get a lot of y'all to see. The relationships that y'all got that are failing, they're failing because y'all change up right in the midst of the relationship. Literally, y'all just change up. Like, one day you get mad and you let your emotions take control. And this go for men and women. Because I know some men that get emotional and they let their emotions change the whole situation. Like, you can't do that. You can't let your emotions take control and make you start feeling a certain way about your partner. Like, this is the person that you picked. It had to be a reason that you picked this person from the beginning. We all know that, right? You didn't pick this person for no reason. You picked this person for a reason. And most of the time when we pick a person, and I don't care what nobody say, short-term fun or whatever the case might be, when you pick a person, you pick a person. Like, nah, we ain't gonna say it ain't those few eyeballs out there who be like, nah, I just sleep with people just because I like to sleep with people, or I just sleep with people for what they can do for me at the time. Because we all know it's those people that's out there. But I'm talking about those of us who are actually dating people or working on dating people and talking to people to get to know people. We don't pick people just to play around and waste time. Like, I don't care how old you are, either young or old. You're not picking nobody just to waste time. You don't want to waste your time at all. We definitely dislike to waste our time because it's valuable. So when you pick a person, you know what I'm saying? You are already being consistent and persistent because you picked that person. So don't stop now. You know what I'm saying? Be the type of person that's going to always be like, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't going to get mad at you. Like I might get a little, and I had to go blow off some steam, come back, but we going to talk that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Always be that type of person. Like, if you want a strong relationship, be the person in the relationship who makes it strong. You know what I'm saying? Don't always be the person in a relationship who, like, when something ain't going your way or when something seems to be going a little other than it's supposed to go, that always want to have something negative to say or always got a pessimistic outlook on, like, the situation. Like, that's fucking ridiculous to even fucking be that way. Like, who the fuck does that? Like every time something bad happens, it's automatically, oh, that's so, I hate to. Like, no, sometimes things happen because you're not supposed to be in the area where you headed to. Sometimes things happen because instead of y'all going to hang out with y'all crew, it's supposed to be just y'all. Sometimes things happen and it's just who knows why things happen, and you at the end of the day you just got to pray about it and keep it pushing, but there's no reason to constantly every time something happens get mad at your partner. Like that shows inconsistency because at one point in time it was nothing that could happen that would make you mad at me. Not every time a pin roll on the floor, you what the what dang I like come on man. Consistency and persistence. Be a cap partner at all times. If you can be this way at all times with your partner, I'm telling y'all, your bond will grow to heights that you would never thought that y'all could reach. You know what I'm saying? Because when you consistent and persistent with a person and they can tell that you're being genuine with these things, they start to open up more to you. They start to tell you more things about who they are and what they really want in life and how they really trying to move with you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be paying attention. You can't be half here and wanting to hear what they saying. Like, yeah, we sitting down having this conversation, but you think about this other person over here or whatever the case might be. Like, nah, you got to be consistent and persistent. The same way you was when you was working on getting that person to be your partner, you got to stay that way. Because people really pay attention to those type of things. Like, if I can tell that you giving me funny energy, it's going to make me feel a certain type of way. I'm not going to give you funny energy, but I'm going to pay attention to how you moving. You see what I'm saying? And that's with people like me, that's just how it works. Like, and if I feel like you moving like too funny, I'm just gonna tell you like, yo, you just go ahead do you, and I'm gonna do me, cause you the way you moving, I ain't for all that. Like I don't like how you moving. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, real people gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't really want you to. Well, if you didn't want me to pull back, if you didn't want me to act a certain way, what made you start acting like this? This is against the pattern. This is not consistent or persistent to what things used to be like. Like this is all different. So where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? And when you get to talking to people about things, then they might open up or they might find out some things about you that they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? They might not have knew that they was offending you. Whatever the case might be. Like when you are consistent and persistent with the person that you're actually talking to, the truth comes out. Like you don't need the whole world to tell you the truth about your relationship. Like you and your partner can definitely sit down and talk about what's going on in your relationship. Like you don't have to get physical with each other. Y'all don't have to call each other a bunch of names and things like that. Again, consistent and persistent. The same way you were in the very beginning when you was chasing behind this person. When you want to sit down and have a conversation with this person because you think things are going wrong, go back to that. Remember those days when you was like, yo, this person couldn't do nothing wrong when I was chasing them. Think just like that when you sitting down having this conversation so you can actually see a clear resolution if this is your partner. You know what I'm saying? Don't just immediately be looking for a way out. Like a lot of y'all don't even want to keep y'all partner. Y'all just be immediately looking for a way out. Like, oh, I gotta find her. Oh, it's time to go. Oh, this nigga, this bitch, she, oh, girl, this nigga, like y'all be so quick to want to find a escape route. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that about? A lot of y'all be capping in a motherfucker, and a lot of y'all, it is, dog, like, I don't be understanding it. Like, y'all be lying to each other for no reason. Like, for people who, like, once you get this little thrill over with this person, you're going to want to go run back to the person that's been being consistent and persistent. Right. And that's where the problem lies. Like, you jumped off the pattern for what? Some spontaneity, just a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of mystery. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all blow y'all whole bag for nothing. Literally for nothing. Like some of y'all done blew the bag just on one night worth of trash smacks, and y'all just think it's cool. Mad as hell after it happened, and then and went back home to the hubby because you done lied to him already, so he don't even know that you done went somewhere and this, that, and the other, and blah blah. Like, and then he ended up finding out, or vice versa. Some of you dudes been cheating on your girl for so long, she just done got fed up. She just done got fed up. Like, yo, he don't even know I'm leaving. He cheats so much, he don't even know I'm leaving. He ain't even noticed that I done packed up like 70% of my shit and then moved it out already. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, y'all be so busy getting caught up into this newfound, spectacular, fun, sneaky link ass shit that y'all finna blow y'all whole business bag. Like, y'all forgot y'all got a business bag over here? Like, you done really built something with this person. Like, you done really put in time with this person, like years. Like, why would you blow a bag like that? Like, I'm really trying to understand it. Like, instead of fixing it, why blow it? Like, for real, all of y'all that's cheating on the people that you done been with for years and years and years, if there is a problem, like, for real, listen to me. If it's a problem with the person who you know, who been holding you down for all these years, figure out how to solve the problem. And this go for men and women. Consistent and persistent. You gotta be that way. Because listen, it's a lot of people, for real, who in these little so-called relationships that y'all call yourself in, that they not even in the relationship with you. Yo, it's TikToks out right now where the girls be like, yo, he think we in a full-blown relationship, love me to death, and I've been with him for like so long, and as soon as this other dude called me and say he ready, I'm out on this dude. Like, I ain't being funny. I'm being honest with y'all. I'm just telling y'all consistency and persistence. Like, y'all got to pay attention to the people who's supposed to be y'all partner. Like, y'all, like, it's how can you not know that the person who you in a relationship with is not really in a relationship with you? Like, they not really there. And this don't just go for some men. It's women out here who is like, all right, okay. Y'all know I'm not just talking. Like, when I go to cutting up on y'all be like, oh yeah, but you know, ain't no buts to this. Like, in life, you find a mate, you build with your mate. Like, okay, it's people out here who are polyamorous, who got more than one wife. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If your mate accept that, that's fine. I don't got a problem with that. None whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But still, make sure y'all are consistent and persistent when it comes to the goal of happiness at the end of your relationship. Like, I don't care how y'all get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling y'all that y'all can't have, you know, different views than other relationships, different views than other couples in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. That's why, like, if y'all was paying attention last week when I told y'all, like, you would have to concentrate on your relationship. You have to concentrate on you and what's going on with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this week is consistent and persistence. Because if you're being consistent and persistent about knowing the person who you claim you want to grow to love, then you will be more fond of that person. It ain't, see, and it's the thing. It's not that wrongs that you will learn to look over. What it is if when you really care about a person like that, you will figure out a way to show them how to do things a better way. You'll figure out a way to show them that what they doing is not right. You know what I'm saying? Without actually fucking with the whole vibe of the relationship. But a lot of y'all don't even figure out how to fucking talk and communicate to the people who y'all are with. Like, y'all will just be with people for like years and don't even know how to hold a conversation with them for real. Like, for real, be in the same room, one person on the phone or looking at TV and the other person playing the game and on their phone. Like, one person on the laptop and like one person in the room with the kids. Like what type of relationships are y'all in? Like, and this is not me telling nobody to go and break up with a mate or nothing of the sort. There's nothing like that. What I'm telling y'all is if you not consistent and persistent on getting to know the person who you claim that you want to love on and play on and touch on and all this old stuff on, then you not really serious about your relationship. And that's just what it is. If you're not serious about figuring out how can I not offend my mate by telling them or telling her certain things. If you're not serious about that, then you're not serious about caring about your mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I ain't saying like in the dating phase, like when y'all just getting to know one another. Like, because as a man in the dating phase, I'm not gonna bite my tongue when I see you do something wrong. And as a woman, you shouldn't either. But there is a way to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, being respectful and, modest at the moment, humble to the situations, whatever the case might be. It is a way to talk to people, but also at the same time, you got to let people know what it is. Like, you can't bite your tongue for people because people will try to walk all over you. Like, yo, yeah, I got me one. We didn't got us a fish. You know what I'm saying? And people will try to play you like a sweet treat. And if you're a sweet treat, then you already know how that go. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of y'all, okay, so I explained that for y'all. Some of y'all who don't know what a sweet treat is. That's a person who basically you a lick. You are the lick, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody know they about to come up off of you. Like right now, like you to come up. You know what I'm saying? And you can only be in that situation if you're not getting to know the person who you actually working on talking to. Like if you really working on talking to somebody, right? Like you want to get to know the type of person that they are. Not just how they treating you when they with you. You want to know how they treat other people. How are they when they out in public? Like this, that, like you gotta, dog. Man, I be so busy trying to teach y'all like certain things, man, because I done seen a lot of people get hurt, man. Like I thought, my people talk to me about it all the time. Like, yo, doggy them across the hall, they be beating on their girlfriend all the time. And I'm like, bro, that ain't what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yeah, I know, man, but these niggas be having different girls over there and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, wait, what? So they be having consistent and persistent people to come around and get beat on and get treated badly and things like that, and it be different ones. And he like, man, I be trying to talk to them, but they just, you know, they used to what they used to. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Like, once you get into it with somebody and you done been down this road with somebody for all this time, like, consistency and persistence out of a partner, once you get used to that, like, you really get used to that shit. Like, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. That's why I threw that in there like that. Like, when a person get used to somebody treating them bad, they gonna stick around for the person that's gonna treat them bad. And y'all can believe me or not. Y'all don't gotta believe me. Like, y'all don't gotta believe me. None of y'all don't gotta believe me. But I'm telling y'all the truth. 100 shit is once a person starts consistently and persistently treating you a certain kind of way, if you allow it, then this is the type of behavior that you're gonna allow all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of sort of what people be going through. So the clap light, I'll have to try to work on fixing it later. I don't know what happened. But anyway, so yeah, these are the type of things that people be going through, and once they get used to things like that, they actually stick around for things like that. And that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, in the happy relationships that y'all are in now, right? in these relationships with these people who y'all say y'all are fond of, that y'all don't mind giving y'all goodies up to, right? He's and she's. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all know who dating and who not, right? Get more consistent and persistent with getting to know the person that you with. Like each side of the person too, because you gotta remember like this. When you dating somebody, right? If you think you got a bad side to you, 9 times out of 10, you feel like this person can somehow sort of help you fix that messed up side to yourself, right? So if you not the person that's dating the person to be the person to help fix that messed up side of them, you doing something wrong because you want them to help fix that messed up side of you. If you want somebody to help fix the messed up side of you, why you not gonna do the same for them? You gotta equal it out. Y'all gotta balance it out. You gotta be equal for everybody. It can't just be good for him or just good for her. Like, and I'm telling y'all these things because some of y'all was in really good relationships about a year ago, and now it seems like it's dwindling away. And you wondering why? It's because the consistency and the persistence that you showed in the beginning of the relationship is not there no more. That love and care and consideration that you had in the beginning when you first started talking to this person, it's not there no more. It's gone. Like it is out of there. That part right there. In the comments, they say they don't always know a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. Sometimes people don't always know a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as a person, who with somebody, if you care about that person enough, you gonna work on getting them to understand that they about to mess up a good thing before you just leave them. See, and that's the good thing about being a person who's consistent and persistent. Like you can really tell when your mate not consistent and persistent in a relationship because when you giving 110% to your relationship, you willing to go through some things and you willing to help your partner. You know what I'm saying? But when you can see that it's not being reciprocated, when you can see that the energy is not the same, it kind of sort of make you feel away. I'm telling y'all, this is why y'all mates be starting to act a certain kind of way. I know it's going on 2.5 years, but at 2.5 years, are you sure you're still as consistent and persistent as you were in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you don't stop, that you don't give up on like whatever hope you had for this relationship in the very beginning when you first pursued this person. You got to keep that same hope, that same goal, that same vision of the relationship. You got to keep that shit like 20 years down the line. And hopefully it's a pure, genuine vision, a pure, genuine, like, want and need out of this relationship. Hopefully it's not something where you just trying to make somebody become who you want them to become. Because if that's the case, then you messed up in the very beginning by even going into this relationship. Like I don't even like people that do that. Don't go into a relationship with hopes that you can change a person from being who they are to somebody who you want them to become. That's not normally how life works. Normally, if you get into a relationship with a person and they are consistently who they are, normally that's who they are. Like, for real. Like, normally that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? And for you to come up with some, I'm not going to call it delusion because it's very few cases where people actually, they have, got with people and people change. You know what I'm saying? And that's where some of these people get these ideas where they can get with somebody and they can change. Well, that don't work in 99% of the time, in 99% of the cases. Like, that's not like the normal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the normal thing is most of the time you get with a person, hopefully you like them for who they are because they're probably going to be that person. For instance, if you meet a person, right, and they're not like a healthy minded, healthy driven person, don't think that they've been living the life that they've been living for 35 years and all of a sudden you gonna come along and well now I need you to be health minded and you just gonna next week they gonna all of a sudden be no, because that ain't how it works. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. You understand? So 9 times out of 10, people 9 times out of 10, people they're gonna be who they are. Like whoever that person is when they wake up in the morning, that's probably who they're gonna be throughout the rest of the day. Whoever that person is when you wake up with them in the morning, that's who that person is probably gonna be throughout the rest of the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all are go to bed with a person and wake up with a person with these aspects, hopes, and dreams of this person being a different person once things, start to maybe settle down, or once things start to get a little better, or once this person started to do things a little differently and think like, no, that's definitely not how this works. This does not work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I definitely appreciate all the taps, everybody. I appreciate all the taps. If you get with this person, again, I hope you got with this person because you actually want to be with this person. Like for who they are now and not for who you see in the vision. Like hopefully the person who they are now is the person who you see in your vision. Like if the person who they are now is not the person that you see in your vision, then it's probably not the person that you want to talk to. I'm not being funny with y'all. I'm not being funny. You got to be a cap partner too now. You got to be consistent and persistent too. Like you can't just expect for them to be consistent and persistent in the chase with you. Like you got to be just as consistent and persistent. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay the same person. Like if you start off showing a lot of love in the beginning of the relationship, then you're going to have to show a lot of love throughout the whole relationship. And that's not me telling you to not show a lot of love in the beginning so you don't have to show it throughout the relationship. No. What I'm telling you is be the person who you actually are so the person who you actually talking to can fall in love with the person who you actually are. Don't put on a facade. Don't be wearing masks. Take the mask off. You gotta be yourself. Like if you can't be yourself 24/7 with the person that you with, then you definitely are not a cap partner and they are definitely not a cap partner. How can y'all be? Y'all not even 100 with each other like when y'all wake up and go to bed. Y'all lying to each other for whatever purpose, whatever the motive might be, whatever you got going on. Y'all lying to each other. Like, ain't nothing real about it. Like, what is that about? What is that about? Like, how can y'all just be lying to each other and think it's okay? Think, well, like I got, plans on really dating somebody else. I was just using this person to pass the time. Like, did this person know that you was just using them to pass the time? Did you tell this person that you was just using them to pass the time? Like, you've been passing like a year and a half passing time with this person. You think it's okay to just deal with a person for a year and a half and just pass time? Thank you. I appreciate it. I swear. Like, how can y'all think that dealing with a person and dating them for a year and a half and then turning around and say, oh, well, no, I was just passing time. How can you think that's okay? How can you just pass time with somebody for a year and a half? Who the fuck does that? And how the fuck does that even, how is that okay with anybody? Like, nah, I'm telling you, consistency and persistence. The same way you got the person that you're in a relationship with, this is the same way that you would keep the person that you're in a relationship with. And again, I didn't say go to bed having the same boring smacks every night. I didn't say get on this pattern where y'all just go in the house and y'all watch the same show every day over. That ain't what I'm saying. Yes, even though y'all can do that, if that's what consistency and persistence is what got y'all to where y'all at, Continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? If that's what make y'all happy, do that. But what I'm saying is, if you the type of dude that you got her by you first wanted to walk through the park and she enjoyed walking through the park with you, don't get completely clean into the relationship with her a year and a half, and all of a sudden you don't like walking through the park no more. She confused. She like, nigga, I thought this was like a part of the plan. Like I thought this was a part of the package when I signed the package deal. Like I thought you was a walker through the Parker. Like yeah, like listen, like I'm being honest with y'all. And women, don't for women, y'all I know a lot of y'all is good for this one. Do not get into the relationship and in the beginning start off with the good smacks every day, consistent and persistent, and then a year and a half into the relationship, now y'all only having good smacks once or twice a month. What? What happened? Where is the good smacks? He's looking for this. He like, yo, man, my girl, man, she is dog. Like when I first got with her, and yo, like I said, if it's something wrong, if there is a problem in your relationship, if there's something going wrong with y'all mate, or y'all tired, y'all bored with what's going on, talk to your partner. You gotta let your partner know what's going on. Like, can't nobody change a problem that they don't even know is a problem, right? So if you got a problem with your mate and you need him or her to change something or work on something or get into different types of habits, trust me, if this person care about you and they love you, then 9 times out of 10, they probably don't mind working on the habits. They probably wondering themselves like, dang, what's going on in our relationship? Right. Don't end up being a friend zone type of dude. Like, don't go from being the one who was so consistent and persistent in the very beginning to where, like, a year and a half in, like, now y'all really want to just friend zone each other. Like, almost some of y'all get to a place where y'all be like, dang, I wish I never met this person. Like, wow, those are strong words for a person who you called yourself passing time with for a year and a half. Like, I'm just saying. That's what I mean. Like, and then a lot of y'all be confused. Y'all don't even know what y'all really be doing. Y'all be talking about, like, nah, we just having casual smacks. We just, buddies, right? And then a year and a half into the casual smacks buddy relationship, you want to be like, oh well, it's different now, right? Like we gotta have a title now, right? Why? Because y'all been casually smacks buddies for a year and a half. I can almost guarantee you, if you talk to the dude who you sleeping with, or dude, vice versa, if you talk to the lady that you are sleeping with, if you've been sleeping with this person for a year and a half and expecting for a relationship, but y'all just been casually talking like, yo, this is only gonna be a casual smacks buddy thing, right? Then you've been playing yourself for a year and a half. You wasted a year and a half of your might have been good or bad smacks, whatever the case might be, with this person who been telling you for the whole year and a half, we are just casual smacks buddies. Consistency and persistence, people. You got to pay attention. If you want a cap partner, you got to be a cap partner. You cannot start off being the best mate in a relationship like, oh, you better than every mate I ever had. And then 2 years in, you like, nigga, you like the piece of shit who I was with before you. Like, I almost feel like I should have stayed with the piece of shit who I was with before you now, because you really ain't shit. Like, you almost worse than that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all got to really get to a better place where it's like y'all really have an understanding of the people who y'all with. Like, consistency is a good thing, and persistence is a good thing when you really like someone. Very, very true. But let that same consistency and persistence of liking that person lead you to getting to know that person. Don't just be consistently and persistently liking a person and still not really getting to know the ins and outs, the intricate details of this person. Because how do you know that this person really are head over heels for you? They want to have, great, beautiful babies with you and things like that. How do you know? Like anybody on Instagram, you can definitely jump on anybody on Instagram and on TikTok, y'all can jump on YouTube. Same name, King T420 SEC. We still live. Yeah, but so you gotta be consistent and persistent. You know what I'm saying? My bad, y'all. I got threw off my point. I'll probably come back to it if it was meant, but if it's not, but yeah, like y'all gotta be the type of people that once y'all hit these relationships with people, that y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta really be like clear. Y'all gotta make it clear to people. You have a clear understanding with people of what's going on in the relationship. Like you can't be the type of person that think that this person want to have babies with you and things like that, and they for sure don't. You can't be the type of person that think that these people are, trying to settle down and build a foundation with you when you just one of the people that they got a casual smacks buddy relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't being funny with y'all. Like I love y'all. That's why I be talking to y'all. I tell y'all this all the time. Like I really be talking to y'all about this type of shit because in other communities, like the people that love each other, like they really give each other these jewels. They tell each other what's going on. They let each other know, like, yo, like you finna, like, we ain't start dating so you could, like, why we act, how can we be going, you know what I'm saying? They talk to each other. They're consistent and persistent. If they started off having date night on Wednesdays, and this is what they be consistent. They have different date nights on Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get back to that in our community where the love is so genuine, where we always want to be consistent and persistent with our partner. Like a lot of y'all don't even understand it, don't even realize it. Like once you leave your mama and your daddy house when you a kid, or when you like 21, I say a kid because you still only be like 18, 19, 20. That's like you a kid. You know what I'm saying? When you leave there, like you supposed to be leaving there with a partner. Like you ain't even really supposed to be leaving there until like you're not ready for the world then. You just now turned grown. How the fuck can you be ready for the world? I'm being honest, like just think about it. So like when you leave your people house at a young age like that, don't just leave your people house chasing wild dreams. Like, yo, I'm free now. I'm free. I'm free. Like the world is not a pretty place once you be done use your body up so much, or once you be done became Trick Willie and every girl know you as he got the bag. He finna give it to me. The world ain't such a pretty place, yo. And I'm just being honest for all you fellas and all you ladies who think at such a young age that it's just all right for y'all still to be out here and not have no consistency and no persistence with the person that you with. Like all these things pay off in the long run. Y'all got to stop looking at the small picture, like what's gonna happen tomorrow, and start looking at the big picture, like shit, what's gonna happen if I'm still with this person a year from now? What's gonna happen throughout the whole year of this relationship? Hell, what's gonna happen in 5 years from now? Like get consistent and persistent to the point where like if you with this person, work on thinking of strategies about how y'all can make y'all relationship last a long time, longevity. That's the key to having a good relationship. Working on making it longevity, working on both sides being able to communicate with each other, understanding each other's communication. Like everybody don't communicate the same. Everybody can't just sit down at the conversation table and have a conversation. I told y'all this last, all you got to do is listen to me. Everybody has a different communication style. Some women like to be in the kitchen cleaning up or walking through the house cleaning up, and they want to talk to their mate while they cleaning up. Like, and if you're a good dude and really paying attention to your partner, then you already know what's going on. She probably only started cleaning up because she wanted to talk. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Some men can only talk to their mate when they in the bathroom or whatever the case might be. You know what I'm saying? So you really gotta understand your mate communication style. And all that comes with consistency and persistence. Like the more consistent and persistent you are as a partner, the better you will learn your partners, the more your partner will be able to teach you with just certain gestures. They won't even have to tell you, because the more consistent and persistent you are, the more you're gonna notice how they act, how they move, the way what moves them, what words you can say to them that'll make their blood boil, and what words you can say to them that'll bring their blood pressure from here to all the way down here. But you gotta be more consistent and persistent in getting to know the person who you actually with. If you can't do that, then it's really no use in dating the person who you with. Like, let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all think people who don't know how to talk in a relationship hold a relationship? How do y'all think they keep it? Like, yeah, we got sign language, but you got to really pay attention to it. Sometimes they don't use sign language. Sometimes the body language is enough for them to understand what their partner is telling them about. Sometimes the body language is enough for them to read their partner and read the situation and know if it's a good situation, a bad situation, if they need to, you know, insert themselves into the situation or pull their partner away from the situation. And that's all I'm telling y'all, for real. Consistency and persistence is the best way to love on your mate and to let your mate know that you're there for them, to learn about them, to get to know them, and you want them to be there for you and to learn about you and get to know about you. You know what I'm saying? And just being consistent and persistent at all times, like never failing to be this, is how people understand these things. This is how things get, to a place where everything is like, yo, I really definitely appreciate the fact that, you really been consistent and persistent. Like, a lot of people in my life haven't been that. So when a person can tell that you one of them people and you gonna be consistent and persistent, like, they tend to warm their heart to you more. They tend to open up to you more, like things that they've been holding captive in their mind, things that they haven't really been wanting to talk to people about throughout their life. They seem more, willing to tell you about now, because you so consistent and persistent with I want to get to know you. I want to let you know that I'm going to be here for you. I want to let you know that I'm working on growing to love you. You know what I'm saying? The more consistent and persistent that you get with that, the better your mate feels, and the more comfortable they become with talking to you. They will willingly tell you everything that you need to know about them. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't be consistent and persistent, if you can't be a cap partner, you can forget it. And I'm so serious, man. A lot of y'all be wondering why things in y'all relationship like don't be going the way y'all want them to go. So look at it like this: if you're in a long distance relationship, right? We just gonna throw out an example. It's just an example, right? If you're in a long distance relationship, right, and your mate gets used to you calling them 3 times a week, right? You call this person 3 times a week, right? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Each Monday, each Wednesday, each Friday, you call this person consistently, 9 o'clock at night, whatever time, daytime, 9 o'clock. You call them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're in a long distance relationship now, right? This is probably the only thing that's really keeping your relationship together. Y'all see each other on the weekend because you're in a long distance relationship. So on the weekend, y'all get to hang out. But through the week, y'all got these 3 phone calls, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? After like a year and a half, and you start missing the Monday call, and then the weekends go from 4 weekends to 3 weekends. It's like, wait a minute. something is changing in the pattern. So then you get to talking to your mates, sending messages, what's going on, how's this, what's happening, why is this happening, and this and the other. Now, if there really is something happening with your mate, if you got a good mate, then 9 times out of 10, your mate will tell you like what's really going on. But this is why consistency and persistence pays off. This is how you get to know people. Listen, if there is some bullshit in the game, they probably not gonna tell you what's going on. And remember, you in a long distance relationship. So if you're in a long distance relationship, now let me tell you the bullshit that I'm talking about, because I ain't even saying that this person is necessarily cheating. Let's say the bullshit is that they didn't start pulling the extra shift so they can work on trying to move down there to where you are, right? But they didn't tell you this. This is supposed to be a surprise. But your Monday phone call then stopped. And one of your weekends then stopped too. And you don't know why. But you talking to them about it and they just spinning you off with some bullshit. You don't know why. This is starting to weigh on your partner who you are trying to save up and move down there with. To the point where, let's just say it takes you about 5 months to save to move down there with your partner, right? Now, mind you, you've been talking to this person, remember, a year and a half consistently, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and y'all been seeing each other each weekend for 4 weekends, each weekend. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Listen, y'all don't miss a beat. But you done got this plan where you want to move down there, and you know, in order to do this, you're going to have to miss a weekend and you're going to have to miss your Monday phone call. Right? But you don't want to talk to your mate about it either because it's supposed to be a surprise. So what I'm telling you is within that 5 months, your mate going to be then came up with their own conclusion of what is happening within that 5 months. Now, if you got a good mate, you know, they gonna probably be doing private eye detective work and really trying to figure out what's going on. Like they gonna, you know, give you a chance to, you know. But some of these people they ain't got that type of time, y'all. They not giving people consistency and persistence like that. They not doing that. So in them 5 months, they done came up with their own conclusion. They like, yo, I'm gone. Like you didn't got the 4.5 months. And they out the door now. And now you trying to get them back. You on the Monday phone call. You back on trying to get this weekend back. Like, yo, only need, and it's too late now because, like, instead of explaining why the pattern has changed, instead of explaining why the consistency and the persistence has got a little bit different, you wanted to spin them off and blow them off with some bullshit because you was trying to surprise them. And ain't nothing wrong with surprising them motherfuckers. But don't let you spinning them off with some bullshit really be some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let your people in on what's going on with you. Like, when you love your people, like, it can be a good surprise. It ain't even got to be a bad surprise. Everything can go the way you want it to go. But don't make them think that you just taking away from what they're used to, that you reeled them in like this. This is how you reel them in. This is why they stuck. Like, ain't nobody ever been this consistent and persistent in my life. And then you just break that habit, then, you know, people, they really do be wondering, like, well, what the fuck is going on here? People don't like that. People feel like, well, if you changing, just tell me that you're changing so I can go ahead and go my own way. Right? And then you know, in your Wednesday and Friday conversations, you steady telling them that you ain't changing, and you still hanging out with them 3 weekends out of the month, right? But they still missing that consistent Monday and that consistent 4th weekend, and you still ain't gave them a valid excuse of why. They're gonna fall off eventually. Like, before you get to 5 months. I'm telling you, in a long distance relationship, before you get to 5 months, that is going to be enough to break the cycle and send them to talk to someone else. And I'm only telling y'all that because I'm trying to show y'all what a pattern of consistency and persistence can do in a relationship. Like it can be the best thing in your relationship that has ever happened, or it can be the worst thing. It's really up to you. It's really up to you. Like a lot of people don't, a lot of people don't sway when it comes to their mate being persistent and consistent. Like when they got a mate that's being consistent and persistent all the time, a lot of people start to work on where they slacking at, so they can't help the situation. Like, and I only tell y'all these things because a lot of y'all just need just a little bit of push in the right direction to keep your relationship flowing smoothly. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather y'all be in smooth relationships that's going well than to be in rocky relationships that's about to take a crash and die for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all already got an understanding of what's good and what's bad in a relationship. But some of y'all don't have that understanding of what consistency and persistence can do in a relationship. Like, yeah, of course, being consistent is great, but the persistent part, you got to be persistent, for real persistent, on getting to know your mate, the good parts and the bad parts. Because if you don't know what make your mate feel insecure or jealous or envious or grudgeful or you know what I'm saying? If you don't know the things that make your mate tick like that, how can you help a person stay happy if you don't know the things that are making them unhappy? You understand? And let's get it understood. It's not no one else's job to make you happy. Let's get that understanding. We all know I don't play that game. There's not a rule that I live by. It's not my job to make you happy. If you chose to be with me, you're supposed to be happy that I chose to let you be with me. It's not your job to make me happy. If I chose to be with you, I'm supposed to be happy that you chose to be with me. In the comments, they say long distance relationships don't work. But see, that's what I'm saying. As long as y'all get an understanding of what I'm saying. See, consistency and persistence will make a long distance relationship work. They got to be consistent and persistent. You got to stay on that. Like, so imagine if I'm telling y'all that I know for sure consistency and persistence can make a long distance relationship work. Imagine what it'll do in a relationship with somebody who literally stay in the same place as you. You understand what I'm getting at now? Like, I've been trying to tell a lot of y'all, like, a lot of y'all don't put in enough effort in your own relationship. And that shit is really fucking ridiculous. I don't even know how y'all done got as far as y'all have gotten putting in half-ass effort, like half-ass love to a person who was like, yo, like, I thought you really cared about me. And people was like, yo, I thought we fuck with each other. And you like, well, I do kinda. Like, what the fuck is kinda? Like, nah, like, when I start fucking with you, I put all this into this shit. Like, once I put my homeboy in you, like, we was all in. You understand what I'm saying? Or with some women is like, once I let you put little dog all the way up in me, we was all in. So yeah, like y'all can't just keep being half-ass, man. This half-ass shit is killing us out here. And I ain't just talking about like shit. I'm talking about this half-ass shit is really killing our relationships out here, dog. It got us out here looking real clownish. It got us out here looking real bad. So Dr. Umar said something. I'm going to touch on this before I jump off because I'm about to jump off in a couple minutes. But Dr. Umar touched on something that I want to touch on just a little bit. And a lot of y'all women don't really like to hear this. This is probably the truest shit that I heard any man say in 2024. Black women do not like, and I ain't being funny or I ain't being biased and I ain't judging my culture because I love my women, I swear. But black women, y'all don't like to back a black man. Y'all don't like to support him until he can reach the goal that he's working on reaching. And he will find another race woman. And I ain't just gonna call out no race because it ain't just no one race. Any other race woman, a black man can find any other race woman, and she can see the potential in her man, and she will not only support him, but she gonna put love, support, and flood him with all the networking and everything else that she can, all the resources and everything else that she can, just to help him get to the plateau that he's working on getting to. Black women, if y'all love y'all men, if y'all really want a black king to be who he's supposed to be, stop running away from helping support y'all men. Help support y'all men. Help him get to the plateau that y'all think he deserves to be on. Like, don't just expect for him to already be there. Most of the time, men already made it there. They ain't really trying to look back and get the motherfucker who they know that just want to come there because he there. Most of the time, they want a motherfucker who be done rocked out with him and helped them get there. In this real life. So, God bless and great day. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and joining Smoking with the King. This is each and every Friday. I've been starting at 4 o'clock and been going to, to like 5:20. You know what I'm saying? And it's consistent. Each and every Friday. And I'm persistent. I'm going to be this way. I'm going to be here. So, mad love to everybody who came out to join me. And I shall see y'all next Friday. Thank y'all for joining the King. I'm out. Y'all know I'm really gone.